What's on, people? Welcome back to A Cornish Boy. My name is Alex. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't seen me before, you can click on any of the links below of all the videos that I've done in the past. They include vlogs, challenges, talks, general walkabouts. Hopefully you might find something of interest there for you. Today's video is about gluten-free, that's coeliac disease, and lactose intolerance, which is intolerance to milk and certain dairy products. I'm a sufferer of both. Now, I've been diagnosed in the last 6 months and I've had to make certain lifestyle changes and diet changes to what I eat and drink. To quote coeliacuk.org, I am going to read to you a little bit about how coeliac disease is diagnosed, symptoms, and a little bit about it. Not many people do. There are many thousands of sufferers out there globally who suffer with coeliac disease and lactose-free and milk intolerance that it's become widely known. Restaurants now have started to cater quite well, and the food is pretty good. There are different menus, different choices, just as common now as vegetarianism and also vegans. There's a lot of different foods and products out there for everyone to enjoy. So although I'm celiac now and also dairy free, I find, as a lover of food, that I've had to adapt quite a bit. I mean, there are certain foods out there that I thought I could never live without. It turns out that some of the alternatives that I can now eat on the new ingredients and the new menus means that I can make the transition easier than I actually thought. So coeliacuk.org have the following statement on their website. So give it a search. There's all sorts of different options on there, more information, and also a helpline number which I'll give at the end of the video. So they say, if you have coeliac disease, your immune system reacts to gluten and leads to damage to the lining of your gut. This causes symptoms of coeliac disease, including bloating, diarrhea, nausea, tiredness, and headaches. This only happens if gluten is eaten. It's a serious illness where the body's immune system attacks its own tissues when gluten is eaten. This causes damage to the lining of the gut and means that the body cannot properly absorb nutrients from food. It is not an allergy or food intolerance. Gluten is a protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. Some people may also be sensitive to oats. I'm one of those people. I recently found out that trying one of these new, nice, lovely, fantastic lattes from these great big brand chains, I thought I could try oat milk. Yeah, tasted alright to start with, and I quite enjoyed it. However, my body didn't like it whatsoever. I became quite ill from it a few hours later. I suffered with cramps, the feeling of sickness, and bloated, and I just couldn't fathom what I had eaten or drank to make me feel in such a way. Only after a few hours I was thinking, what have I eaten? What have I done? Realising that I tried oat milk for the very first time. Now, I've never had it before, and after trying it, I've never had it again. So I am also one of those people who suffers with oats. So the usual things like flapjacks and all sorts of porridge oats, I have to be careful. I have to now read the packaging and look and scrutinise the ingredients to see what these products are made from before I start eating. I also say, by avoiding all gluten, some people also need to avoid oats, we've found out, and your gut can heal and your symptoms should improve over time. The gluten-free diet is only treatment for coeliac disease. On the gluten-free diet, you can eat any naturally gluten-free foods such as the following: meat, fish, fruit and veg, rice, potatoes, and lentils. You can also eat processed foods which don't contain gluten, such as ready meals and soups. Some ingredients are confusing as they can be made from wheat, but the final ingredient is gluten-free. For example, glucose syrup. Our gluten-free checklist can help you identify which foods are safe. You can download a copy straight from the website. There are also gluten-free substitute foods available, such as specially made gluten-free bread, flour, pasta, crackers, and biscuits. These are available in the free from section of most supermarkets and health food stores. You can go to the doctors, and if you're diagnosed, you can also receive extra help, dietitian help from the doctors in your GP, and also food plans and meal plans to help you make that transition from your previous diet to your new diet. So before changing anything about your diet, please go to see a doctor and GP to see if you'll benefit or if indeed you need to make any changes whatsoever. So with gluten-free bread, I now gone from the usual seeded wholemeal breads, 50-50 white breads, to gluten-free. So gluten-free bread I get from supermarket, and they come in smaller packs like this. It is expensive. Everything is almost double what my previous diet was. For example, a loaf of bread you can get for £1, £1.20, something like that. Fairly big loaf. This is a small half loaf. This actually costs £1.50 from my local supermarket. Things like granola you can buy for yogurts for breakfast. I can still get granola, but from the gluten-free range. For example, this one, gluten-free rolled oats. That's it. That's what's in this one. That I can eat with no problems. There are other things that you can eat without having to make any changes whatsoever. That is soup. Any tinned canned goods, as I said before on the website, it says ready-made meals, no problems at all. Except, obviously, the usual suspects: lasagna, can't have that. Pasta meals, can't have that. Macaroni cheese, can't have that. Spaghetti, can't have that. Various different things with pastas I can't have unless it's gluten-free, especially. However, it's not all bad. I can still eat normal crisps. I can still eat fruit. I can still eat salad stuff. I can still drink water, squash, teas and coffees, and some other bits I can't think of right now. Things like biscuits, pastries, what other things? I'm trying to think of other things. Some chocolates I can't have anyway, so now I have to adapt and have different type of biscuits. For example, this is Crimble's macaroons. They're quite nice, they're quite tasty. Chocolate, which is another subject, I'll come on to that in a bit, because it's got milk content in it, some of which I can't have. So things like Twix, Kit Kats, even down to those small bars there of biscuits inside chocolate, like chocolate covered cookies and bits pieces like that, you can be intolerant to as well, because it's still made from wheat. So I've had to cut out most biscuit based chocolate bars too, just in case. But it has been difficult for me because I'm a lover of food and I love trying different things, and I find myself reading packets quite often and having a look to see if I could eat it beforehand. The only problems are when we go out for meals, when I meet up with friends, I tend to take my own bits and pieces. Recently I went away for a business trip. I had to take my own bread with me. I also had to take my own milk because of being lactose intolerant. And whilst away on holiday, I went abroad. The hotels abroad in Italy, for example, where we went, were very accommodating. They had wheat-free breads for me for breakfast. They also had a couple of shops which are pretty well stocked from free-from products as well. So not is it only for the UK, but of course every country has these diseases, these intolerances, and most shops and restaurants cater without a problem. Whilst we were away on holiday, my girlfriend and I, we went to a proper pizzeria, and they did a special pizza for me on the menu for similar cost to normal pizza, and it was fantastic. It was lovely. We went to a couple of normal restaurants where we had a pasta meal. Both pasta meals came out piping hot, and they were so tasty. I would go back tomorrow for exactly another meal just like it. They were fantastic. Also now milk intolerance, dairy intolerance, lactose intolerance, all the same thing. The NHS on lactose intolerance, their website, their overview says the following: lactose intolerance is a common digestive problem where the body is unable to digest lactose, a type of sugar mainly found in milk and dairy products. Symptoms of lactose intolerance usually develop within a few hours of consuming food or drink that contains lactose. They may include diarrhea, bloated stomach, stomach cramps and pains, stomach rumbling, and the feeling of sickness. The severity of your symptoms and when they appear depends on the amount of lactose you've consumed. Some people may still be able to drink a small glass of milk without triggering any symptoms, while others may not be able to have milk in their tea or coffee. So it's important to see your GP for the diagnosis before removing milk and dairy products from your diet. For example, the symptoms above can also be caused by irritable bowel syndrome and milk protein intolerance, and an adverse reaction to protein in milk from cows. I've managed to maintain and manage my lactose intolerance quite well. Now I eat Now, I drink and eat lactose-free products. Some cheeses I can still eat. The harder the cheese, the better it is for me. I can't eat feta cheese, cream cheese, so everything in products like cheesecakes are out. Normal milk in teas and coffees. I used to drink semi-skims. I've now become intolerant to that. So to substitute that, I now drink lactose-free milk. And to be honest, I don't really notice the difference between it. I quite like it, it doesn't bother me, and the fact is I don't feel ill after drinking a cup of coffee. So that's always a bonus. Most coffee shops don't stock dairy-free milk just yet. So I tend to go for the alternative soy milk, something like that. Obviously not oat milk. So yeah, that's a summary of my diet now. I've had to change quite a bit. There are all sorts of different helps out there. Usual social media, Instagram, there's a few people I follow who provide good tips. There's also great diet books out there and by authors who are all sufferers from celiac disease and lactose free. So natural foods, including fruit and veg, are still good. I'm not suffering. Every now and then I have a momentary lapse. I love chocolate. Chocolate, sweet stuff is my world. I love chocolate. I just can't get away from it. Galaxy is one that I suffer with because the content of milk in their chocolate, the creamier, and the more creamier the chocolate, the worse it is for me. So I tend to go for dark chocolate or plain chocolate. I can still eat some milk chocolates. Other brands, Thornton's, I still eat Thornton's chocolates, oddly, because that's quite creamy. I'm quite surprised at that. Cadbury's, depends on what sort of flavour included in it. I can eat some Cadbury products. I've just learnt cream eggs I can have, that's fine, that doesn't affect me. But all these products I'm saying may affect other people. So it's different stages of celiac and milk intolerance that you need to be aware of. So go to your GP and your doctor to suss out what the best options are for you. Don't take my advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not medically trained. I'm not giving you advice how you should eat. This is purely how I've adapted and what works for me. But I thought, I don't know, I'll make a little video just to let all those people out there who suffer with the same thing, you're not alone. There are other people out there who are suffering just as much. The other people you know, your family, your friends, your doctors, your dietitians, all those people out there are here to help you. So don't suffer in silence. Get out there, try different foods, and lead a normal lifestyle. All of the symptoms I've described in true statements are from the Coeliac UK's website at www.coeliacuk.org. They also have a helpline number. Their number is 0333 332 2033. So that's 0333 332 2033. For more information about celiac disease, please go onto their website or give their helpline number a call or even see your doctor and GP. If you're suffering from milk intolerance, you can also go to the NHS website and follow the links for milk intolerance. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below and also ask any questions or comments about the video. It would be great and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. Until next time, I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye! Whoa, that's bright. Crikey. You got blinded by the light. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to see more videos just below.